Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Around the Block Talk. Today, we have with us Carol Zurita. She is a marketing expert for crypto companies and has been in this industry for quite some time now. So, very happy to have you with us, Carol, and very excited to hear what you have to share with us.
Thank you so much, Pratik, for having me here today. I'm very excited. Looking forward to this session today.
Indeed. Thank you, Carol. So the topic for the talk today would be crypto and how one could possibly invest in these kind of assets. And we'll proceed with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratik. So, again, I would like to have a brief introduction. So my name is Carol Zurita. I am a professional in marketing and branding for specialized in crypto industry and everything related to payment, starting staking and a little bit of copy trading as well. And that is because I myself, as a retail investor, I have gone through the curve as originally back in 2017 as a owner of a BTC, LTC mining farm, also working since 2016 as a professional in marketing and branding, helping startups building their brands and gain visibility globally. So since then, I have also been able to build some of my fund through cryptocurrency. And today I am very excited to speak to you about a common topic or common question that everybody's asking around. Is it a good time to invest? How to start investing into cryptocurrency? Although I do want to clarify, my expertise is not in investments. However, I am very happy to share a little bit of my experience and how I started, my insights, and a little bit more of my personal learning towards how to start investing into crypto. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen very quickly. Okay, here we go. All righty. So again, I've been in crypto since 2016. I saw the first market crash in early 2018. That was actually for me the moment where I lost it all. I lost 80% of everything that I built. So this second crash has been a little bit more not that with much impact this time, because I went through the first one already. So for the people who are going through this, just hanging in, this is the effort of investing into crypto. And that is why today I'm focusing on stepping back for a little while before jumping into crypto and taking account some other elements that actually make the crash or any crisis much more, I would say, easier to handle. So this is what I am speaking today. So, well, first of all, the question is, why are you investing in crypto, right? So in terms of you're doing it because you see it all over the media, you're doing it because it's all around social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everybody talks about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, trading, you name it. And the question that I really would like everyone else before investing, or if you have started already, step back for a second and ask yourself, are you actually doing it because of a trend, because a fear of missing out something? So what is the reason why you are investing? So and the intention of this short presentation is to guide you through all of the fear, all of the news that are out there always, how to go through and overcome. So recently we just saw the just yesterday we saw the fall of Bitcoin again. So the whole discussions and fear that comes through around this news, right? So again, back to this new trend, this new wave, because you can see it everywhere. The adoption of crypto has definitely been seen in the last couple of years. The increase of how many people, how many countries, and now even major thought leaders are talking about cryptocurrency. So here, taken from Chainalysis, so we can see that in the last 2 years, or the Q3 of 2019, we were, on the left bar, the left side, we can see the sum of the countries adoption index. So this is an index that is showing the number of countries adopting crypto. So you can see until this data is showing us until the Q2 of 2021, how it has increased. When we talk about global adoptions, Chainalysis suggests that the growth has been over 2,300% since Q3 2019, and in 2021, 881%. Terms of adoption. Now, when we talk about population, Crypto.com reports last month that 300 million people are currently holding crypto, and it's the estimation for the end of 2022 is 1 billion people adopting cryptocurrency. So as you can see, more and more people are actually jumping into this new wave of investment, regardless if it is trading, if it is copy trading, spot trading, futures, or staking, or you name it, mining, or you name it. So again, my intention is to give you a little bit of the experience or the insights that I had throughout all of the last year since 2016 that I venture myself into this new journey. So one of the questions that, or the realizations I came up as a myself as an investor was, what's the difference between what is investing in crypto and what is investing and what is not investing in crypto? So obviously the first thought is in terms of like the traditional investment, stock market, bonds, and forex, you name it, right? So normally this is what it's been for years, and in the mentality, again, I'm talking for my own analysis throughout the years, in the mentality of my network, myself, my network, my family has been like this traditional investment system it's designed for people who actually have some funds, who actually have some solid income, whereas individuals like myself with a 9-to-5 job, it's quite hard to jump into this until mature ages, when you are much more financially prepared for that. Therefore, this traditional investment system has been a little bit it's been seen a little bit far away, or even with a little fear of like at some point am I going to be able to reach to the point or not. Whereas cryptocurrency, because it's a decentralized structure, meaning not governments, no one really control it, makes it feel more like a what a Bitcoin in their wallet, in their white paper was describing. So it's a peer-to-peer currency. Therefore, it feels like it's easier to access, more accessible, and it's everywhere, and you can control it. You decide when to jump in, when you don't jump in, right? Or when you actually can leave. So those are a little bit of my first analysis in what is cryptocurrency, what is not, how to start investing, how to compare it with has been in the market for a little while. So again, this is just probably the first realization for me, or the first questions for my learning. So, but it's one crucial thing is to talk about what is not investing in cryptocurrency. And this last year, we see tons of messages either on social media, texts, emails, you name it, with various advertisements about start earning or free XYZ BTC or any other, Shiba or any other popular cryptocurrency. And the fact again is we are driven by the trend, the emotions, the fear of not being, of catching up on time and so forth, right? So again, I repeat myself. So the intention of this presentation or this communication is to invite us all to step back for a little while and take a breath and be able to analyze why we are here when we are interested in investing into crypto. So first thing, obviously, do not be triggered by these messages or texts inviting you to be part of free gifts or giveaways or something. So, be cautious on that. And my second point here, and I've seen this throughout my experience with various exchange platforms that I have worked with since 2016, the advertisement or the feeling or the sense that it's easy to get money, or what we call it free money, right? So I just want to clarify that for the people who are always interested in catching the seasonal promotion, catching the specific either discount or any other giveaway or lucky draw and stuff, be always a step ahead of it. So understand that it's a marketing tactic, it's an advertisement tactic to get more people engaged. Although it's not negative, the awareness of understanding that there is no such a thing of free money, there is not such a thing. So I just want to highlight on that let's be a little bit more prepared and aware of these various advertisements that are out there offering you anything from the perspective again of the user or the investor in cryptocurrency. Be aware of the scams, be aware of the messages about free giveaways or free BTC or support. There's no such thing of free money. And going back from the corp position as a marketing director for various cryptocurrency exchanges and Web3 companies, I've seen various people being triggered by these little gifts that, again, they are meant to be marketing tactics. And what we call it reward hunters, meaning they find a reward and they are, chasing them to get them and then find the best way to cash out. However, again, there's no such a thing of free money. Therefore, from product side, from the corp side, products are meant to engage people into investing into crypto, and from there leverage into major investments and accounts. So for the benefit of individuals, because eventually in the next slide we will see that the intention of investing is to be a sustainable system to increase your wealth, right? So from that perspective, the intention of cryptocurrency exchanges is to be part of that your personal system to grow your wealth. Therefore, little gifts of, you name it, $5, $10, or any worth in tokens, any amount of money worth in tokens, people are usually driven to catch them and then try to withdraw, forgetting that there are various other fees engaging there, like gas fee, transfer fee, even exchange fee from whatever crypto to fiat. So there are other fees that are incurred in any platform, and most of the people are, again, excited to get this free little gift without really assuming that there are going to be extra fees that most likely will leave you with no gift at all. And obviously the disappointment and the whole roller coaster of emotions in terms of like, this doesn't work at all, when again it's not meant to be given as a free money, right? So there's no such thing of free money, and I cannot highlight more on that, because that is not the way of investing into crypto. So again, the intention is to be aware the why you are investing into crypto. So I want to move on into 3 simple steps and how to start planning. In this case, it's planning to invest into crypto, know how to invest into crypto, because the how to invest into crypto requires much more technical, much more awareness, much more learning about what crypto is itself, all of the opportunities, the methods, and so forth. So, but again, without the foundation of why am I doing, how to start planning to invest into crypto is most of the cases. And again, from the perspective of a marketing professional, like across various platforms, we do not advertise how to plan to invest. Our interest is definitely advertise investing into crypto, how to invest into crypto, but not how to plan, which is again, step back to prepare your personal finances before jumping into crypto for much more scalable results, sustainable results in a longer term, and obviously, be able to achieve your goals. So I bet everyone else in the world, we all feel like we want to be in a better position financially, without really having a clear goal. Where am I going if I had a lot of money? Where am I going? What am I going to build and stuff? We just think in our heads, we just want a large amount of money, but that doesn't really give you a clear picture, the why, how to start, where the steps are, how to make it for a longer term, or you want just 1 day or 2 days to be able to have this amount of money. So again, this is the intention of this presentation here, is to share these 3 simple and yet powerful steps to prepare yourself to start investing into crypto. So the first one is, again, the reason why you start investing into crypto. So what is your final goal? And one more time, saying, I just want to have money doesn't really tell you anything. You need to have, achievable, more measurable, more realistic reason the why you want this money or what your goal is. So for example, it's for your family affairs. So let's say you have children who have to go to college, and you need to plan ahead of time for that. So you have some years until the kids go to college. So that is your goal, right? The reason to invest for some earnings is because you have to educate your kids, or you have your dream house in in a foreign country, or you name it. You want to retire in X time. So now the tendency is to retire, or to think about retirement earlier than when our parents or grandparents retired. So, okay, well, how do you start preparing yourself to retire, in the next 10, 15 years, or whenever you're planning to do it? Or simply you have your dream business that you want to achieve, and you definitely need the funds to do it. So then, therefore, an investment as a certain time, short, medium, long term, it's going to support. So again, I would recommend the start for the first step into understand the why. What's your ultimate goal? where you're going. So in here, I want to make a little pause and tell you a little story of myself. So I am originally from Ecuador, it's South America, and I got hooked into cryptocurrency in 2016 because back in the 1999 to 2000s, my country went through a very critical financial crisis. We lost our currency due to a hyperinflation. So I was going through high school, and a pair of Nikes to go to school. A pair of Nikes, they would cost around 25,000 sucres, our original currency, and after during that hyperinflation with 17%, 20% inflation, the only option for the country was to adopt the American dollar as our currency to stabilize the value, right? Therefore, our countries started using using USD as their main currency, and after the adoption of the dollar, this pair of Nikes of 25,000 sucres, the day after we adopted the dollar, ended up costing $1. So 25,000 sucres ended up being $1. So you can imagine for a family of five with an income of around 1.5 million sucres, after the dollar adoption, it ended up converted into around $60 for a family of five. So you have the idea how critical and how deep poverty we as a family we got into. So with that clear experience and understanding of the crisis, the volatility, it's something that is not in our controls as individuals. It's not in our control. It is happening. It is real, and it's not only in the past. It's not only in the present. It will keep going. The question again is how to prepare yourself and why you want to start building your finances, right? So from that perspective, my when I got involved in cryptocurrency in 2016, my only goal at that time was to build a sufficient fund to help me build an independent lifestyle in a foreign country that is definitely, 10 times more expensive than my hometown. So that was my main goal in the very beginning, and then eventually it has been evolving into my dream house, evolving into my current goal is, retiring in the next 10 years from now. So again, the clear goal, the where you're going, and make the whole planning how to achieve or how to reach there is what the first step has to be before avoiding jumping into random investments that because of volatility you may lose everything, and then the whole understanding or the whole misconception of like this doesn't work at all emerges, which is definitely not the right way. So moving on to the next step. And here I want to speak a little bit about understanding your personal finances, or I would say analyzing your personal finances. Again, I want to clarify that I am not an expert in investment. I am not an expert in finances at all, but I am sharing my experience and how my journey has been from the moment I started building my cryptocurrency fund to also when I had my mining farm out of Mongolia. I had around 300 machines, and how the first crash in January 2018, the first market crash actually make me lose everything, and started from scratch, started from not being able to hold my Bitcoin or hold my machines because I just needed to recover something from the loss. So I lost everything. So from that perspective, the learning again is like how to avoid the mistakes, how to avoid being in that vulnerable position when you just don't have any other option. So again, the preparation, the planning ahead of time is important. And the second step is understanding or analyzing your current finances. So, and here, sometimes it's very hard to be honest to yourself in terms of like how much is your income versus all of your expenses on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis, you name it. Depends how you handle your finances. But honesty, being honest to yourself, no one else need to know all of your financial status or situation other than yourself. So be honest to yourself. It's not easy. So I went through that process when I was sitting down and with the calculator and being able to list down all of my expenses versus to what I was earning, and then to my surprise that my expenses were even higher than my earning. So it's definitely devastating. It's not easy. So that's why my next point is like be brave and be mature, be holding in, because the first step is always being able to face with courage that the awareness is important, and then the changes, and then the modifications, whatever it's needed to fix your current situation. So that's why being honest, being brave, it's crucial. Moving on, I always say that in accounting, I remember when I went to school, the first learning was what the incomes versus the cost, and then you pretty much make the it's a simple mathematical operation to end up having your final results. So in here, it's crucial that you do the same, to make a list of all of the streams of incomes, absolutely all of them, including your gifts that you can have from family or friends, donations, or any other type of income that you have besides your job or your primarily stream of income. So make a clear note of I think that is a misspelling there, is take note and OTE, so apologies about that. Make a list of all of your stream of incomes. Then also it's crucial to do the expenses. So all of them, you have to be as accurate as possible to match in terms of like numbers, how much comes in, how much comes out. And of course, all of the debts, the longer debts, if you have credit cards, personal loans, that you pay monthly or more frequent, you have to have that clear as well. And then you make a calculation again in terms of it's just a basic math to come out with the final result. And what I was telling you based on my personal experience back in 2018, obviously my results were not positive. Therefore, it was very, one more time, devastating and very hard for me to handle. So, but again, being strong and being able to face that, it's what makes the difference. So, and then from there, the understanding is like start planning, start making changes, right? How do I start, first of all, with my personal expenses, with my personal needs, and then from there see or visualize extra funds that you will be able to invest either in crypto or the traditional investment system that it has been for years, right? And the last, and again, very powerful step is learning about crypto. So one more time, how I started, crypto is making news all over the place. Everyone talks about the goods, the bads, the uglies of cryptocurrency. It's volatile. It's unstable, it's risky. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So whether we like it or not, yes, it is. But again, what makes the difference is how well prepared you are to start investing, to lose and to win, right? So before, or if you haven't invested big amounts of money, make a clear research, study, read, learning about investing into cryptocurrency. So here are my points. So when I was working for my second exchange platform, which is one of the largest in Europe, my role as a marketing project manager for a marketing team, my role was to support all of the projects, as in those small tokens that come out based on a project, even if it is real estate or clean water, or you name it, or shopping or esports or gaming, NFT, you name it. There are various tons of projects out there that are right now stepping into cryptocurrency or tokenization. So my role was to be the middle person, or the touch point of the project and the exchange itself, to help them, that visibility, to help them gain more users to start trading in their tokens, right? So, and the question that I had throughout all of the content, the blogs, the videos, the live streamings, the giveaways, it was under my responsibility. The audience will always ask questions like, how can I trust, why can I trust this XYZ project or token? So the answer is simple. If you are interested in any particular token or cryptocurrency, I strongly suggest you go to the website. Most of them, they have their white papers published in their websites. Go to the website, take the time to read, to understand what the purpose, because each of the token has a purpose, plus the technology itself. It's very crucial that you take the time to read the white papers, to learn who the project is behind, to learn how strong is the project, how strong is the team to survive and thrive in this market. So that is your answer when you ask questions. What is the strongest cryptocurrency to invest in? What do you recommend? It's not about what I personally recommend. It's based on your homework. You gotta do your homework. So read about the white papers, everything that is any content or any communication around the token that you like the most. You can make a list of 5-10 tokens that you like. A lot of people talk about Cardano. A lot of people talk about, in terms of memes, Shiba or any other token. First, you have to go and learn their white papers mostly and see what their content is about. So moving on to the next point, it's explore the platforms that are open or allowed to operate in your region. So here is another thing that I received on a daily basis when my team of community management or social media, we are launching content and communication and frequent information about a particular company and brand. A lot of questions come around. Why can I pass KYC? Why can I be verified? Well, probably because the platform is not allowed to operate in your region. Therefore, there's no way that the company is going to be verifying you to start using the platform. Therefore, this is crucial to understand what region you are in, what the platforms are, and learn about the platforms, understand what each of them are offering based on what you know in terms of cryptocurrency, either if it is trading, if it is staking, mining pools or any other way that you are comfortable with for investing. And in terms, again, longer term, mid-term, you name it, there are various options, there are various methods, and there are various platforms offering various services. So take your time, go through them, learn about the platforms, and be sure that those platforms are operating legally in your country. Now we're talking about various governments approving and regulating cryptocurrencies. So be always update in terms of what is happening in your region. Moving on to the next step is this is something I like to do, and I have done various videos before for my previous brands that I worked with. Make a case study, simulate how you would invest your funds after, again, you have your personal fund, you have everything, all of your immediate needs covered. If you have an extra fund or savings, then you use it to start trying in cryptocurrency with small amounts. So do not gamble, do not gamble your personal needs. So be aware of being prepared. Cryptocurrency may take you to lose it all. So do not lose, your own personal family funds. So be aware of that. Now, make a study before you keep investing or you're going to jump for first time. Make a study first, visualize, what if I invest in, let's say, Bitcoin, this amount of money? What does it mean in the next 2 years? Right now, we are in a dip. Everybody talks about buy the dip. It's a really good opportunity indeed to buy Bitcoin, but do not do it out of emotion. Do not do it because that's what expert says, buy deep, buy deep, buy the deep. Well, yes, but if you're not ready just yet, don't do it. It will come down again. So that's it has been in the history of Bitcoin. So it will come down. You don't have to worry about it. You're not missing it. You're not missing anything. So give yourself some patience. Make little case study. Simulate how it would work if investing X amount, how much would it be in the next 6 months, 1 year? And that is another thing. You have to understand the cryptocurrency that will give you profit in a short amount in the time that you want versus the ones. Bitcoin is meant to be held for years and years and years and years. And if you're expecting some earnings in the next 6 months, well, probably Bitcoin is not the right platform for you. So make your study, make a study and rehearse your funds and your possibly earnings ahead of time before jumping in. Moving on to the next point, most of the platforms are giving you a calculator, which I love this. I do it very frequently, like probably 2-3 times a week. I am always placing my numbers in these calculators. You can find it for free. You can just browse it on Google or your searching engine. Various brands are giving you the access to a calculator, so it helps you understand when we talk about APY or annual yield, annual percentage yield, or how much possibly you would be earning. So there are platforms that are giving you 6%, 8%, 10%. The other day in one of the expos, I heard a platform giving 30%, 30%. That is massive. That is really a juicy percentage to start making money if you want to start doing it with staking, for example. So what I do is I get my calculator. Let's say I'm going to play around with numbers in terms of let's see what happens if I invest $1,000 in 1 year, how much the 30% is. And the platform is allowing me to cash out every 6 months. So how much would I be cashing out in 6 months? So that calculation, it's actually free and access to various websites. So take the time, go to the earning platform calculator or APY calculator that helps you visualize how much you will need to be investing, and how often. Probably you need to put down $1,000 every month, and then you are going to have at the end of the 12 months you're going to have X amount. So you make the math. It's actually fun. I really, really like doing it. Like I said, I strongly recommend everyone else to have a more visual numbers in terms of like what to invest, what interest, what time, at what time, how much you're going to be earning. So be mindful and take controls of your investments and your finances. And of course, the last point for me is be disciplined. This is very crucial. If you start investing and you're aiming to be retiring in the next 10 years, well, probably you need to be planning every month for that retirement. So be disciplined. After you make your numbers clear, your funds clear, your personal finances are in order, then you must be disciplined to be able to have the financial independency that you're looking for when you're thinking of investing in cryptocurrency. So again, cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. So do not think you're missing it out. Understanding and learning how to do it is the first step and the most powerful step to overcome any crisis or any possible difficulties that cryptocurrency is happening and will keep happening. So that is about my topic today. I'm more than happy to hear about your questions or comments about it. You can also find me on LinkedIn as Carol Zurita. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them and connect as well from there. Thank you so much.
With that, thank you, Carol, for that very informative and very detailed step-by-step process of actually going about investing in cryptocurrencies. I think that is a topic that people find overwhelming. Probably people don't understand cryptocurrencies, and that is where the problems occur. So thank you very much for clearing that out for our audience. So now in terms of some question answers that we can have. So you've been in the space of marketing and branding for quite a while, and now you're moving into roles at these crypto or these blockchain companies. So what is the essential difference between marketing for a blockchain firm, and how is it different from traditional marketing?
That is actually a very good question. And I guess when we talk about marketing, the discipline of marketing and branding is it's been adjusting throughout the years because of the technology, because of the new fields of business, like in this case, blockchain. So back in 2016, the ICOs were in the boom, the blockchain itself, then Bitcoin, and then now we're talking about, Web3, metaverse, NFT. So the discipline of marketing and branding has a duty to adjust and be able to support and actually give the results that business owners, entrepreneurs are expecting when they invest in marketing, in advertisement. So definitely because of that reason, the difference is the audience, the channels that people use. So for example, if we talk about, let's say, in e-commerce, which was my previous industry, I'm saying like 8 years ago, my industry was e-commerce, that it was booming as well. So the channels are more, depending on the products, it's social media, Amazon, when we talk about keywords, when we talk about optimization of content and so forth. So the focus is totally different depending on the product, depending on the platform. Whereas when we talk about blockchain, it's all about community management. It's all about, growing Discord, growing Telegram, running content and events all around the community management itself. So you can see the difference between these two big industries, when we talk about e-commerce or cryptocurrency. And of course, there are other other industries that require more advertisement. Others require everything more on TV, more, um, yeah, advertisement itself, magazines, and so forth. So definitely the different is, the list keeps going in terms of like very different. So I would say that for marketing professionals who are looking for or trying to jump boats to another company or another industry, you have to be very careful in terms of what the necessities and the requirements of this new industry or field is going to ask you for you to succeed. Because marketing itself, it's quite hard to measure the impact. It's quite hard to measure the ROI. So from business owners, their concern is always, how can you prove me that you're going to give me the results I want? So that is a critical question. And when someone is not ready to understand that industry, that audience, the buyer, it's quite hard to jump boats, without that study and learn. So definitely the list of differences, it's quite long. Yeah.
Right, indeed. And one characteristic I feel of the Web3 industry is that at this point they're mostly early adopters and or early majority. It's not mass adopted at this point. So the segment and the kind of audience that you're reaching out, that completely changes. And also there's a lot of information gap, or there's a lot of education gap that needs to be fulfilled. So you need to educate your audience on how to use your products and how to use the platform. So what are your views on that, and how is that being handled by these companies today?
That is actually a very good observation and question, because so on one side, the understanding of finance, everything related to fintech and finances itself has been for years, generations and generations, in a serious aspect for white collar people who have massive amounts of money to invest, and therefore the whole advertisement and marketing communication has been around this concept, this type of audience. And yes, you're very right, Pratik, when you're saying that this new generation of investors, it's pretty much people in their late teens and 20s. So the whole concept definitely has to change. Metaverse is fun, NFT is fun. So definitely the whole concept has to change, and yet take the seriousness of the finances itself and convert it into more fun. So how to do it definitely is community management, community building, and from there, like you said, various educational, either videos, blogs, a little storytelling. One thing that I am in discussions with some of our team is to develop in the metaverse by wearing the VR glasses, and tell a story in 1 minute what is investing in cryptocurrency and how to start doing it. And the fun, with fun characters, with fun, just like a gaming. Right now, gamifying is, everything is easy to gamify right now. Everything, the gamifying concept is everywhere. So start gamifying in terms of like telling story, educating people in a fun way and an interactive way. So that is the next step for the Web3 in terms of marketing and communication. Is more visual, more gaming, more metaverse, more fun, and of course, always around the storytelling of the education towards what the blockchain is itself.
Indeed. So also, as you mentioned, that most of the audience for these platforms today are 18 to 25, or rather a younger audience. So, and that was the same case with internet uh, several years ago, and today it has reached all kind of audience. Let's say even people above 50 or 60, they are accustomed to internet today. So how do you think this penetration can be made possible for Web3, that it reaches all kinds of ages and all kinds of audience?
So we have to step back for a little while and understand that the Web3 itself, metaverse, we are still in very early stages. As in, right now, people are still asking questions of what Bitcoin is. And Bitcoin has been around, for years. And so if we again be aware that people are in the process of learning Bitcoin, learning cryptocurrency, speaking about Web3 or metaverse, it's definitely a topic that is out of the ecosystem just yet. Therefore, I would say when we talk about penetration, it's still too early, and I wouldn't even consider to penetrate just yet. In the concept itself. However, what I would do and what I'm doing right now, it's allowing people to have the experience. So, right now, when you go to an amusement park or any, technology exposition, there is always that booth that gives you the experience to put on the, headset or the helmet, and then you go through the nice VR journey. So, blended into more realistic world, but yet in the metaverse, that is the probably the soft way to introduce and allow the experience to people to understand what metaverse is. But yet the product itself, the Web3 metaverse NFT, it's still early stages. I would say it's very early to speak about penetrating in other generations. People in their late 30s, 40s, 50s. I mean, it's too early for them. So I will give it, in the next 5-7 years to discuss how to start penetrating this new generation. And of course, the faster people grow, they are just dragging these new practices in their new generation, their new kids and so forth. So just like with the cell phone, so it was a matter of giving a cell phone to a 15-year-old person, and then there is where it starts growing, right? So similar practice right now. So right now it's very early to start to talk about getting into other generations about Web3 or the metaverse.
Indeed. So I do agree that it is early today, and probably in time it's going to reach more people. Also in terms of geographical spread of the adoption, where do you see mass adoption taking place? So we've seen many people coming on board to these Web3 platforms from emerging markets. There are people who have very new access to internet, but they are able to get on board. So where do you see the mass adoption is going to be driven from in terms of geography?
So we definitely are seeing, countries, all Asia itself, Singapore, Indonesia, Vietnam, India, they are very actively stepping into the blockchain itself, into NFT and the metaverse a little bit as well. So it's, I would say, a geographical. Asia is stepping faster. US is catching up. It's, they're doing a pretty good job as well. There are various amazing projects in terms of NFT and Web3 itself. There are amazing projects that are growing over there, but yet the access of how to start building and the obviously the when we talk about developers and so forth, the easy access, the fast access here in Asia is definitely what gives us the advantage, whereas the US is trying to catch up as fast. However, there are other areas like, for example, Latin American, when we talk about Venezuela, because of their need, they are pushing very hard to catch up as well. El Salvador with their Bitcoin definitely is giving the advantage to jump faster. So they are not too far behind. They are doing their best. So definitely. Africa, we're talking about very good. Nigeria is talking about serious projects. So Dubai as well, in terms of opening the world, make it more friendly towards blockchain and cryptocurrency and Web3. So yeah, I mean, we can see that outliers are in terms of like continent wise. There is at least one or two emerging. So in general, I would say being in Asia, it's a really good place to be for jumping into this industry.
Indeed, I do agree on that point, and particularly in India, I've seen a massive adoption, something that was not expected in many ways, and that's great to see a lot of South Asian and African countries coming on board. So also now, particularly coming to the crypto aspect of it, there's a lot of misinformation also out there. People are scared that it's volatile, it's a scam, or it's illegal. So, how do you change that perception, and how do you actually counter misinformation?
Yeah, so definitely it's our choice, right? Everything is our choice. In life, it's about making our decisions and picking what we want to experience and live. And therefore information, because of the internet, like you were saying earlier, the information is there. Any type of information, it's an ocean of information out there, and it's about us deciding what we want to be access and believe and learn more about it. So like I was saying during the presentation, cryptocurrency itself, just like any other, even the traditional finances or investment, everything is volatile. It has its levels of volatility, right? So some of them are much crucial or much critical, and some of them they take a little longer, but they still have their recessions and faults and stuff. So the definitely it's about education, it's about learning, it's about researching, it's about taking the time of learning more about what we want to believe. Opportunities exist. It is definitely the best moment to start investing and planning for cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. I will dare to say that in the next 10, 15 years, the whole world will be definitely using cryptocurrency as the main, exchange tokens. So it's our duty to start preparing ourselves. So again, decide what you want to read, decide what you want to learn, but definitely, no doubt, you must take some time on a daily basis to start learning, to start reading, to start getting used to it. And again, what I was saying during the presentation, one thing that I really find it valuable is rehearse the financial moves. Use pencil and paper and start drawing your plans and visualizing it in a better way. That's the best way. And whatever the noise outside is telling you how dangerous this is, well, if you are prepared and you know what you're doing, so definitely the opportunity is there.
Right. So with that, Carol, I would like to thank you very much for appearing on our show and providing very insightful and very interesting information to our audience. And thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.